So yeah, just for the camera, could you do like an introduction, name, and what bands you're in?
Yeah. Fuck. Give me a second.
Take your time, man.
I'm Joey. I'm in We're the Currency and Stella. And this is Florence, Oregon.
Oh, beautiful. Let's start with like when you were exposed to like certain music that inspired you and what that music was, like why you wanted to participate in it. Maybe.
If we're talking like just in general, like the first band that ever inspired me was MXPX. They're like a pop punk band from Bremerton, Washington, and my mom put me onto them when I was really young. She had a CD that she'd play like every day in her Toyota Sienna, and yeah, I got obsessed with them, and that was my first ever concert. I got to see them live. In their hometown, and that got me hooked, and then I started getting into like all the mallcore stuff. But I mean, honestly, the first band of this scene that I got really obsessed with, we're talking about like new bands, Versus Self for sure. I think Kyle's an insane guitarist. Dude just has like the most cracked riffs, and they're super sweet. They're like the sweetest person ever. Greg and Frankie are dope. And yeah, I got to see them in Springfield, which is like 10 minutes outside of Eugene. And there was like 50 people there maybe. But even with that little of people, the crowd was so like intimate and like everyone was like literally 90% of the fucking crowd was moshing, and like everyone was having a good time singing, screaming the lyrics, and that was my first real like local show where I was like, holy shit, this is like a community, you know what I mean? So yeah, that started my love for sure.
Like what about that? What do you think appealed beyond like the community interaction, like sonically? What do you think appealed you to that sound? What did you think about it?
I liked that it was. I think the biggest part of emo that's always, you know, struck a chord in me is, it's angry, but the lyrics are sad. You know what I mean? It's very like a lot of that style of music sounds. I mean, obviously they're screaming. You know, like it's like angry. It sounds like they're upset, but like it's just the words and like a lot of those lyrics are poetry for sure, and that's the thing that I love most about emo is the lyrics read like poetry, and
I felt like that little Yachty and Drake moment where he's just like, oh god, yeah, where he's just, oh god. I'm like looking in the GIF.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, you're
GIF.
wrong.
No.
What do you think it is? GIF?
GIF.
I'm a GIF man.
GIF.
You're a GIF?
Yeah, GIF.
It's a GIF, like peanut butter, like the peanut butter.
Yeah, dude. Come on. It's no crunchy. It's no crunchy GIF,
No
dude.
crunchy around here,
Fuck the
bro.
crunchy bullshit.
I beg to differ.
Oh,
Yeah, then so when did you start taking like your contribution to it seriously? Like when did you start forming an idea of like something you wanted to play?
Well, funny thing is, I was telling you guys about that band Visions and Blindness that I was in. They opened for Versus Self at that same show, and at the end of their show, they were like, "Oh, our bassist is leaving. We're looking for a new bassist." And I was like, "Dude, I gotta be in a band like this. Like, dude, this has so much energy and passion. Like, I gotta go for it." I found the vocalist afterwards, and I was like, "Bro, I'll play bass, I'll play guitar, whatever you want." And I like fucking annoyed the shit out of him for like 2 weeks after that, like trying to get myself into the band. And then I tried out, I got in, and yeah, that was like my first band really. And it was fucking amazing experience. And then I wanted to start my own project, and that's basically where Stella's my first project that I started. So I would honestly say it probably started with Stella, and being able to write something that people resonate with and shout back at you in a crowd is the most surreal and like tear-jerking experience ever. Every time somebody, one person, 20 people, it doesn't matter. If I see one person singing my lyrics, I want to cry. Like, it's just, it bites you, dude. It's like a fucking bite in the neck. Like, you're just like, fuck. And, I mean, obviously, emo in general, but especially Stella is such, all the lyrics that I wrote for that EP, it's very, like, personal and speaks to what I was going through at the time that I wrote it. So having someone resonate with that, like as deep of an experience and as deep of an emotion as I felt during the time that I wrote that, it's surreal. And that's one of the, that's one of my favorite parts and the most intimate parts of making music, is having someone resonate that deeply. And seeing people cry to your songs is insane. Like, weirdest feeling, best feeling, makes me want to hug them.
What function do you think it served to like write those songs? Like you're talking about Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah, EP, the first EP.
Yeah. Like what do you think it served for you
for me
to get those sounds or lyrics out of your mind, make them something?
Yeah, when I wrote those riffs, just speaking guitar first, when I wrote those riffs, I still do, but I had a really strong affinity for that second wave, like early 90s emo, like, everyone asked about you, Raina Maria, stuff like that. And I thought that genre of music was almost like untapped, you know what I mean? Like, those bands really didn't get a lot of publicity and severely underrated. They had their own unique sound. It was just beautiful, and like I said earlier, their lyrics are very poetic. Emo in general, but especially second wave, and that kind of spoke to me. And for me, writing the EP, it helped me deal with a lot of things that I was going through at the time, like relationship wise and family wise, and just like mentally. Sometimes I think people try to look for reasons as to why they're sad or why they're upset, and a lot of the time you're just born that way, you know what I mean? It's almost chemical, and it doesn't always have to be a reason why you're sad. It doesn't have to be a relationship, it doesn't have to be a girl, it doesn't have to be your dad. Sometimes it just happens, and it's okay to feel like that. And I think the biggest part of the community that I love is that it's so accepting for the most part. It's very accepting, and you don't have to have a reason to cry, you know what I mean? You can just be sad. That's what emo is. Be sad.
Good answer. I mean, that's why we were drawn to it for sure.
Right.
And I just don't think it doesn't require any specification, like you said, of like why you're sad. Like, you don't have to explain yourself. You can just be exactly where you are at any point, and that's good.
And I feel like sometimes, I mean, maybe at least, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I felt almost stupid venting to people about my problems, because I know there's so many people who have it so much worse. Like, oh, dude, my dad fucking yelled at me, and then that guy's like, I don't have a dad. It's like, fuck, I can't complain about it. But I don't know. Every problem is your own, and it's as important as you want it to be. You know what I mean?
And there's an importance in what that sadness can breed.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you could argue without all that, thered be a lot less music.
I wouldn't be here right now. Yeah. I mean, sadness and, everything that it's made me feel, I unfortunately romanticize it, which maybe isn't healthy, but I think it's beautiful. I think it's okay to feel the way that you feel in those times, and I think it invokes a lot of creativity and reflection, and I mean, it makes beautiful music. Like, all of the music that I love is sad, honestly. I mean, like, I love angry music, I love happy music, but sad music is where, like, it strikes a chord with you and resonates with you.
Yeah. And I think about this a lot, but like, tragedy is a product.
Definitely.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I think, like, do you think music lends a hand in, like, catharsis? Like breaking through that sadness with music? Like,
Or does it exacerbate the sadness?
Sure.
Maybe
think-
both.
Honestly, I think it does both. It just depends on the person, you know? Like, for me, it's made me feel more comfortable with myself and my sadness. And it's like less of I'm happy now and more of I'm okay with what's inside me and what, you know, I'm not weird for feeling the way that I feel. And it's probably never going to go away, but that's okay. And it's okay to, you know, like, look out at this fucking view and feel sad and love that sadness. You know what I mean? Like, I love looking out at a fucking beautiful view and being like, fuck my life. yeah. It's
Absolutely.
awesome, dude.
I agree. I cherish those feelings quite a bit.
Definitely.
They're pretty beautiful.
I could not imagine my life without those moments.
Yeah.
I think, you know, sometimes when I'm really deep down in my pit of despair, I'm like, I wish I was just someone else. You know, like, I wish I was just simple and didn't have these mental problems that I do. But if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to enjoy this view as much as I am now. Like, I wouldn't feel things as deeply. I wouldn't, you know, I probably wouldn't have an affinity for music. You know, I think everyone has their own quirks and stuff, and I was just, I was not blessed with mine, but I'm doing the best that I can with them. You know?
I mean, there's like this suffering artist that I feel like I romanticize the suffering. And I think that's like why we kind of assumed that everyone that we would interview would have like a bit of suffering. And that's been kind of surprising that some people do not really, there's not, the DIY or the punk or the however you categorize it doesn't necessarily come from suffering from everyone. So I don't know.
I would say 80% of people we've
Or
talked
they're
to-
just not vulnerable. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Or
You
they
know.
didn't. We're honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I think also you guys kind of mostly interview like older bands, right?
I don't know. I think we're pretty eclectic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We've
Yeah.
interviewed a lot of contemporary acts.
I feel like this is what I was gonna say about how, like, when you guys were talking about either like makes it worse or makes the sadness better, like heals it. I think a lot of the time it does, and that's when music gets bad. Like, I think a lot of the time, you know, artists who are hurt and, you know, like tortured artists, they make this sad stuff and then they blow up and they get help and then they're happy and they have nothing to write about and they don't make as good music. You know what I mean? And that sounds shitty to say, but it's true. Like, I don't know. I love sad music infinitely more than I love happy music.
I would agree with that tenfold.
Right.
Yeah.
It just doesn't resonate with me as much. It doesn't feel like realistic. So, and good for those guys. I hope there's not sprinklers, right? But yeah, I think, and good for them, you know, if they get help and they get better, and, you know. But I hear that it's that age-old story where, you know, they were young and they were going through something, and they healed, they learned from it, and they got over it, and now they don't feel the same way. They can't write music like that anymore. It's just not the same music.
I do think we've ran into that.
Yeah, for sure. There's also, like, I think that, like, someone who, cool, it doesn't have to necessarily just be punk music, too. Like, no disrespect on people that were just, like, are happy and then therefore don't really need to, like, step outside of the traditional lines. Like, sometimes I envy that.
Right.
Sometimes I want that, you know?
Yeah, simplicity, for sure.
Yeah.
And we'll probably cut this, but, like, you know, I hate myself. Like, one of them, they're two brothers.
Yeah.
And one of them despises what they did. is embarrassed, almost refuses to talk about it. I mean, that was the most heated interview we probably had.
Wow.
But the other brother loved it and cherished it.
Wow.
And thinks it's very sacred that they put that out there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean that.
Yeah, how you grow from what you make too,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's what I heard about Jejun originally. They had an interview they did with somebody, and it was just one guy from the band. His name is Joe. I think he's the guitarist or something. But he did an interview and he said that the girl vocalist Arabella, I think her name is, she is embarrassed by that stuff and like she hates it and she doesn't want to be in it, which is kind of weird because they're back now. So I don't know if the dude lied or like.
Or maybe she just came around, like, because the thing is, it does help a lot of people who aren't artists, you know. So it's hard to like, why do you hate it so much if someone commiserates with it? I don't know.
That kind of music saved our. It really gave us a huge purpose when we really kind of needed something.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think it's as embarrassing as people.
Right.
Some people would let on.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous, dude. Like, I think it's so stupid. Like, anything you make for the rest of your life, whether it's a fucking, 3-chord acoustic song you make in your fucking bedroom when you're 16 years old, or a full band project that you spent 2 years on, both of that is art. And there will be somebody who resonates with either one, And I think, I'm trying to think of the right word, but another thing that I love about the scene is like the rawness and genuinity.
Genuinity. Yeah, genuinity.
Yeah.
Genuinity.
Yeah, you came in like you knew. But
I feel like maybe.
Maybe what if you just said authenticity?
Authenticity, right? Yeah, like it's just like desperate and raw and real. Like it's just unapologetic and it's just in your face. And it makes me sad to hear that older bands and people who have disbanded a long time ago don't like their stuff anymore, because it's like it doesn't matter how old you were, dude. Like you were feeling that and you were into that. And I mean, I think I'll always love the music that I make no matter what. Like, unfortunately, I'm one of those guys who listens to my own music. I like listening. I like listening to it and thinking about the time that I was in writing it, what I was going through, where I was, who I was with, and all the memories that come with it. I mean, all the shows that I've played with those songs, like I always think about that, especially the Renaissance Fest that we played last year. One of the greatest experiences of my life. We'll never forget that. Being up there on stage is amazing. And that's what I think of when I listen to my music. And that's, I don't know, I like feeling nostalgic and feeling sad.
Absolutely.
I also think that's like, even outside of art, like just not being embarrassed about who you are, even if you made mistakes, like, I don't know, that it feels good to be proud of everything. I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So on that note, what has your reaction been to how Stella's been received by audiences?
It's weird. I think it's so crazy that, I mean, like I said, it was basically my first project that I started. It's been really strange. And it makes me, at certain points when I'm writing new stuff for Stella, I find myself overthinking because I'm like, fuck, there's 31,000 monthly listeners right now. Like, I have to fucking write something that, feels like Stella, but it's also new. And, like, I have to write like I did last year and this and this and that. And, I don't know, I get in my head a little bit, but at the same time, it's like, it's my fucking band. It's my music. I want to make what I want to make at the end of the day. And I think the new stuff that we're coming out with definitely is kind of not like our older stuff. But it's us. And it's what we want to make it. It's what we're passionate about. So I'm pretty unapologetic about that. If people don't like it, I'm sorry, I guess. I don't know. That sucks. I hope they do like it. But it's what I want to make. And I'm very passionate about what we're making.
Then how about, could we talk about We Are the Currency too? And formation.
Fuck it. Why not? Yeah.
In the house. Yeah,
there's a lot of really cool footage online if you guys are ever bored. I'll send you a link. This guy from Eugene, his name's Aiden, super sweet guy. he went to a lot of the house shows. He did a little interview with us and then took a couple of videos of the last show that we did there. Super sweet, very nostalgic and sad. But yeah, that house, dude, it's just, I don't know, something about that house. I still, even though there's somebody else living there and I'm probably creepy for doing it, but I still drive by that house and park there and look out at the house and be like, damn, man.
We have a house. Like
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody comes out like, the fuck are you
Yeah,
doing?
you used to live here, brother.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I'll park outside and just fucking watch the house and just be like, damn, man, just think about everything that's happened, you know? That's where I got closer with all the guys in Currency and Stella. That's where I met so many people. That's where, you know, I've had first dates and, you know, arguments and, you know, just a lot of firsts there for sure. I think, I don't know, I might be wrong, but that might have been the first place that we played a Stella show at. I think. I'm probably wrong, but a lot of firsts there anyway. And so originally it used to be Logan, Joe, and Lake, who lived there, were all in Where the Currency. And I lived in Roseburg, which is like an hour away. And for that band Visions that I was talking about earlier, I would drive up like an hour a week, like 2 hours back and forth to practice. And afterwards, I just go to the Currency house and hang out for a bit. And that's how I got close with all the guys. And that's probably why they asked me to join Currency. And then Lake moved out with his partner, and then I moved into his room. And that was the first time I ever moved out of my parents' house. First place I moved into, it was a fucking awesome experience. I mean, it's just, you know, that first house that you move into, it's just something like, it's the worst and best experience of your life. Yeah.
We have it tattooed on our arm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have the address. And we did it ourselves. We like bought a gun on Amazon
we used to do,
and
like, tattoo.
That's so cool.
We throw, like,
some of them didn't come out great, but
parties.
oh yeah, it was fun, dude. Yeah, it was awesome.
Take acid and spray paint the
Yes.
basement.
Yeah.
First time I did shrooms was at the Currency house.
So how long were you living there?
I lived there for about a year. I think the guys lived there for like 2 or 3 years. So like halfway through I joined. Yeah, we were talking about getting a tattoo. We haven't done it yet. I still really want to. The Ode and Farewell album is a picture of the Currency house. Yeah.
What's next plan? What's next steps for Stella?
Releasing all this music. We have like 5 songs backed up, which I'm really stoked to release, and hopefully, I'm planning on writing more. I'm planning on going out to New York City in a bit, and New Jersey, and recording with our friend Josh from Neil Perry. Dude, I gotta talk about that. Every time he comes up, dude, I gotta glaze him. I love Neil Perry. Neil Perry is my favorite screamo band of all time. Genuinely the best and most raw form of screamo without overdoing it. Like a lot of these bands nowadays are very like breakdowny and like all of that like bass boost shit. And these guys just knew how to fucking write a song, man. Like it's just so invigorating and, you know, it pulls you in. It's great music. And I'm very lucky to know Josh from Neil Perry. He's a very sweet guy. He mixed and mastered Streetcar, that whole EP. And he's mixing and mastering the new stuff that we're working on. Yes, one of the coolest guys ever. We also recorded a song in his basement that I'm really stoked to release. It's gonna be sick. But yeah, he's such a sweet guy, and he's been very supportive of Stella since like day one. So I'm super stoked on that. Hopefully we'll get all those songs out next year, early next year. Hopefully.
And we did kind of talk about this in the car, but I am curious as to like who have become like your partnership bands? Like you just released this split with Rittenello, but it seems like you're pretty imbued in the scene. So yeah, like who are you close with?
It's a good question. Definitely, obviously, Rittenello. The guys in February, they're amazing. Who else? Obviously, Camping in Alaska. They're like, it was really cool feeling all the love and support from them, because that was one of the first bands that I got into. In like the, I don't know. It's kind of they're kind of a weird mix. I don't know if I'd call them like Midwest. They're kind of Midwesty, but they're also like in the like, you know, like straightforward emo. Like everybody knows them, everybody loves them. So it was really cool to have them. It's like validation, you know. I was like, fuck yeah, this is sick.
We love them too. They're just kind as fuck
Just
to
like
everybody. It
nice
seems
people,
like, yeah.
so sweet, and like they don't let the emo fame get to their heads. Just
They're
like,
the most real
down to earth, yeah, definitely. Super sweet people. Austin's the sweetest kid ever. Dude. I fucking love that
It's a
guy.
good thought.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I like to be buddy with everyone in the scene. Like I love yapping, I love talking, I love starting conversations. Especially, you know, like with, that's like one of the only good things about social media is you can reach out to anybody and connect with them. Even like the older bands, it's so easy to reach out to them. Like, I just got validation from Shyness Clinic, which is like the coolest band ever. They reached out to us, or they started following us, and I reached out to them. I'm like, you guys are fucking awesome. Like, I love you guys. They're awesome. Jesuit's awesome. But yeah, honestly, bands that we're like really close with, it's not a lot, just because we're kind of like far away from the scene. Being from Eugene, it's like there's not really a whole lot of a scene out here. It's cool because when you do have shows, a lot of people come out, but there's more people than bands. That makes sense? Like, there's more scene kids than bands, so it's like come and go, give and take type thing. But I love everyone in LA. Everything that everyone in LA is doing right now is fucking awesome. Love the February Fools. Love Oakwood. They're all doing it right now.
What do you think living in a place that's kind of void of that culture? What do you think that's taught you? Like participating in this?
It's sad. It sucks, dude. It's. I mean, it's. I don't know. It's a good question.
Does it like drive the, you know, needing to do like DIY or emo stuff, or?
I think yes, but in the opposite way that you're thinking. I think like because there's nobody here, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna make what I want. Like, who's gonna come to the show anyway? You know, like there's gonna be 3 people at the show regardless of whether I, you know, conform to whatever is popping right now or do my own thing. So that definitely helped. I mean, and especially since Stella started out as kind of like a side project, it was easier to be like, I'm gonna do what I want, write what I want. If they don't like it, whatever. You know? And I think that definitely helped Stella kind of craft their sound, because like I just fucking did whatever. Like the fucking Wu-Tang sample, like I was like, whatever, fuck it, why not? This would be sick as fuck. Why not throw it in there?
And kind of a tangent from that question, what has the DIY scene taught you? Like, how do you bring it forward into the rest of your life?
I keep saying this, but community, like being there for the people who are in the community, you know, helping out other bands that are starting out, you know, I think it's really important to bring other bands up and keep the scene going as much as possible. Especially right now where emo is almost kind of going mainstream, almost. I think it's really important to cater towards the smaller bands who are doing different stuff and trying to stay original and actually care about the scene, you know. I think, still talking about community, I think I've met some of my best friends through the scene. and created a lot of memories. So it's very intimate with me. Like the scene feels like family, and DIY is the greatest thing to fucking happen, I think. Because we've played, like, most of our shows have been DIY, but we've played a couple of like actual shows, and it's so stressful. Like dealing with like actual venues and bookers, it's like, fuck, dude. Like, why can't I just set my shit up and play a fucking show? And it's hard. It kind of sucks because I've gotten used to DIY a little bit, and having like playing bigger shows and having to deal with all the, you know, loops to jump through. It's been difficult. It's a learning curve. I'm grateful for it regardless, and the DI scene got me there, so I'll always be grateful for the DIY scene. And I always encourage it. You know, like if you have a house, fucking throw a show there, dude. Like start a band, throw a show. Have your neighbors hate you. Fuck it. You're 20. Live life. Who cares?
And then I guess lastly, what are you into outside of music? Who are you outside of Stella, outside of all of that? You talked about video games.
Yeah, what you do for work too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right now I'm a pizza delivery driver, so I get good tips. But honestly, I'm not much outside of music. Music, like I love music with every fiber of my being. It's what I am, and it's what I want to be till I die. So it's not just a part of my life, like it is my life. When I'm 80 years old, I'll still be doing the same fucking shit. I'll still be fucking playing shows. I'll still be fucking trying to make it big. I think I've tried to kind of branch outside of music and find something else, but I just always go back to it, you know. Poetry means a lot to me. I loved reading books as a kid, and like we were talking about, finding emo and finding the poetry in emo has brought that side, like that child side of me out, and I've been like, this is where I belong, this is where I want to stay, and this is where I will stay. You know, I mean, maybe things will change 10 years down the line, I don't know, 5 years down the line, but right now, this is all I can see myself doing. I like fishing. Fishing's cool. Fishing's all right. That's it.
I'm kind of curious as to what do you think the reason for this like emo resurgence is? Like from a social or political, or I don't know, from any kind of positives and negatives about the resurgence. I don't know, like why?
I think a lack of like honesty recently. It's just lack of honesty and oversaturation of music. I think music, very mainstream music, is so fucking boring and cookie cutter, and it just feels like you have to listen to it almost. It's like, I don't know, it doesn't feel real. Like it feels like fucking AI generated or something.
Plays in every supermarket.
Yeah, dude, like it's so strange, and it doesn't feel like there's any heart in it. Like it feels almost dystopian. And I think there's a lot of angry kids out there, and a lot of kids who are feeling certain ways that aren't resonating with music, and they're starting their own thing. And, you know, like you're talking about the DIY scene. I think that's so important right now, especially with everything going on, politics-wise. I think, especially in America, we've gotten comfortable with where we are and kind of just letting things happen. And letting things happen is why we're where we are in the first place. Like people are like, where did things get, like, when did things get so bad, blah, blah, blah. It's like, because you're letting it fucking happen. Like you're saying, like, okay, we got to pick between the lesser evil, blah, blah, blah. And then we're just going down this fucking rabbit hole of when are we going to realize that everything is fucking wrong? Like there is no American dream anymore. And I don't know if there ever was. Like, I think the idea was there, but there were so many things that were just holding everyone back. And I don't know, I think maybe I'm getting a little too, like, big picture.
I'm hearing you right. I feel like you're talking about like the ethos of rebellion that's still alive in punk, which I think is an awesome answer.
Right,
yeah.
and I mean, music is the forefront of rebellion. I mean, It's how people speak their mind nowadays, and have been forever. I mean, it started with punk, and it's not going to end with punk. I mean, it's branched out into all these different genres, and the influence is there. I just think people have gotten comfortable nowadays, excluding the DIY scene. People have gotten comfortable with where they are, and they're like, okay, if we just lay low, like, things will get better. It's just going to get worse, you know? We got to kind of unite. It's kind of big picture stuff.
No, and I feel like listening to Drake, or, you know, all the mainstream stuff is just like appeasing the systemic bullshit,
Right.
you know?
Right.
This
Yeah, it's like,
this dumb beast.
Yeah, you need the niche to even know what that someone else is feeling potentially the
Right.
same thing as you.
Exactly,
You know?
and that creates that community that we're talking
Mhm.
about. It just makes you feel, okay, I'm not alone in this. I'm not fucking crazy. Like, something's wrong, and rebellion is needed.
Yeah.
And
Damn
it's very
straight.
important.
Damn straight.
Yeah, cool.
One more. We always ask this, just like outside of music, what do you consume? Like, what media? What movies do you like? What books have you read? Who's your favorite poet? Do you like anime, video games, whatever?
The anime question.
Some, you know, I mean, some people in this, you know, I would say like 30% of the people that we ask will drop an anime, a Neon Genesis.
I was like, just, you know, I'm a big movie
Yeah,
nerd.
yeah.
So I was like, and we read a fuck ton of weird shit.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. No, I wasn't really into movies until recently. I had this weird thing when I was younger, like, whenever I'd watch movies, I'd just get like really bad anxiety. Especially when I first started making music, I'd like freak out and be like, fuck, I'm wasting my time watching a bullshit movie. Like, I gotta fucking write something. Like, I'm wasting my life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it kind of sucked. But then I kind of got into it. And like, if you're watching a movie that's fruitful, you know, it's not like a kid's movie or anything, and it's not like fluff, you know, it teaches you things. And even if it doesn't have a main, you know, lesson, or you know what I'm saying, like moral of the story, it's still art, and it definitely influences music a lot. I mean, Streetcar was
named after
yeah,
a movie.
yeah, named after a fucking movie and a play. So yeah, I remember watching that fucking shit and being like, holy fuck. It's just so. Have you guys ever watched it?
I haven't, but I'm aware of it. It's like 1950s, right?
Yeah, it's like a 50s movie.
Yeah.
And the actress that plays like the crazy lady actually like started her spiral from that movie. Like, she fucking went crazy after that. Definitely recommend you guys like watching the movie and like looking into the lore. Really crazy stuff. But yeah, no, that movie is fucking. I got hooked on that movie. Loved that movie. I really. Apparently, it's a play. Never seen it. I really want to go see it. It's so sick. But yeah, I think movies are very important. Like I said, regardless of whether it's a